perform an immoral action, like killing a chicken or a fish. So at that time, immoral minds arise by billions. By billions. So you know billion. Billion is 1,000 billion is equal to 1 billion. So many billion. And these consciousness arise and dissolve. They leave behind their energy. Energy as immoral karmas in our mental stream. Our mind is a stream, not just a stream, arising, dissolving very rapidly. So these immoral karmas are transmitted from life, from mind to mind. So they exist in our mental stream. So now we are listening to the teaching of the Buddha. So again, during this listening, while you are paying attention to the teaching of the Buddha, you are developing moral mind this time. By many billions every second. So if we teach you 2 hours, so how many billions of the good karma you have? Uncountable billions of good karma. So this good karma, one good karma can produce a blissful existence, either in the human realm or the celestial realm. So that means these karmas are much, much more valuable than US dollars. So that means every second you are having billions and billions of good karma, which are more valuable than those billions of American dollars. So if you can see that, the benefit is very, very great. We should be very happy having this great benefit. So one of our good karma produces our present existence. And this karma keep on producing its effect. So its effect is its resultant consciousness. So if resultant consciousness arises one after another, that keeps us alive. That keeps us alive. So if this karma cannot produce its resultant consciousness, Buddha, he shall die immediately. So like the science, they don't know what this. This is the major cause. So if you can show chart number 9, that would be nice. The chart number 9 of the teacher. So yes, the bottom one. The bottom of this one. So this is we describe arising and dissolving of the material phenomena and also our mental phenomena in one life. So, why we are born can be explained correctly only by the Buddha. Up till now, science cannot explain. I am a scientist. So I can say definitely science does not know why we are born. They don't know. So the karma that produce our existence, produces resultant consciousness. This resultant consciousness we call Mahavipaka Chitta. So one after another, throughout our lifespan. So the first one, performs rebirth function. So we call it rebirth consciousness. And the subsequent ones, we call the Bhavika Chitta. In English we say life continuum. So that keeps us alive because this common consciousness will keep on arising one after another. And finally, when that karma is exhausted of its energy, so it will produce its last resultant consciousness, and after that we shall die. And that consciousness is called the dead consciousness, Chuti Chaita. We die. So we are alive because this karma keep on supporting us, producing both mentality and materiality. So this karma also produces the karma born materiality. Karma rupa means karma born materiality. Every sub-moment in one consciousness, there are 3 short moments we call arising moment, and the existing moment, dissolving moment. resultant consciousness contain the psychic life, the mental life. And these two lives actually keep us alive. Keep us alive. So when we die, both of them are cut off, so we die. So if you can perform meritoriously, you can support this touch nutriment, and you can enjoy long life.
第三個食咧就係叫意思食或者叫思食，咁但係咧就有啲書咧就係意思食啦。咁其實咧佢講咧就我哋嘅思心所啦、chitana 啦，而家我哋作意咧，即係我哋嗰個動機心動念嗰個喺遍一切心所7個遍一切心所其中之一嘅。咁大家咧之前學過咧，亦都應該記得咧呢個 chitana 咧思心所咧係令到我哋作業嘅，即係無論我哋身口意咧做咩嘢咧，都係因為有呢個思心所佢嘅作用而產生嘅業啦。咁咧所以咧我哋每一個當下咧係遍一切心所，就係佢每一個心生起嘅時候，呢個思心所都存在嘅。咁所以我哋不停咁樣作緊業啦。咁所以咧喺教授咧頭先有講咧，當我哋做善事嘅時候咧，例如咧我哋喺度聽經啦，咁我哋咧係好多個剎那，每一個剎那都有好多個心生滅緊啦。咁咧我哋生起呢個善心咧，當下咧係做咗善業嘅。如果瞓咗覺咧就冇啦，善業斷咗。咁瞓醒咗就繼續聽啦，係咪先？所以唔好瞓。咁咧跟住咧就咁我哋做咗呢個善業咧，咁之間咧因緣成熟嘅時候就有果報嘅。咁個果報咧就係我哋不停咁有果報咧，我哋眼耳鼻舌身意接觸下每一個當下都有果報啦。咁教授咧就攞啲第9張圖咧，咁第9個表咧，咁咧嚟做舉例啦，即係其實就溫習啦，因為我哋以前同我哋可能跟唔記得晒，不過最好今次有中文啦。咁咧我哋記得咧就第一行咧，我哋有講過咧，就有結生心之後咧，我哋一生之中咧個意識流咧唔停嘅，一個跟住一個生滅嘅。咁每一個生起咧，亦都係因為一個果報先至有得生嘅。咁因為我哋作咗業咧，有呢個 chitana 咧，即係心所作咗業咧，先至會有呢個繼續有呢個果報成熟，繼續呢個心咧會繼續生嘅，唔係就冇得生噶啦。即係斷㗎啦，但係因為我哋斷唔到，係因為我哋不停咁樣係做緊新嘅業嘅。咁所以直至到我哋死亡嗰陣時咧，就係呢個死亡心啦。咁喺我哋一生當中，如果我哋做得善業多咧，咁亦都可以講我哋嘅善果咧就會多啲嘅。即係當然唔係，即係唔知幾時啦嚇。即係咁樣講，所以咧教授鼓勵我哋咧就做，即係做善果，我哋盡量都係做善業啦。咁同時咧，下面嗰行咧就業生息啦。咁亦都係因為我哋做嘅業咧會變成生起啲物質嘅嘢咧，係不停咁樣係生起嘅。因為我哋做嘅業咧，而生起物質嘅嘢咧，係每一個生剎那、小剎那咧都喺度生，都喺度大量製造嘅。
We go back to let me just skip here. You can look in your book. Number 4. The fourth nutriment is called Vijnana. Vijnana means the same thing as the chitta. It means consciousness. So all consciousnesses, they represent also in nutriment. So when a consciousness arises, so depending on this consciousness, mental factors arise together. So if consciousness do not arise, mental factors do not arise. So among mental factors, it contains we say psychic life, mental life. So that if consciousness doesn't arise, we die. Because consciousness keep on arising one after another continuously without any break. So we are like throughout our lifespan now. Now also this consciousness, each each consciousness, when they arise, they also produce Chikita Rupa, that is mind-born materiality. So at every arising moment of consciousness, they arise, they produce this mind-born materiality. And this mind-born materiality, the source by which we can read the movement. So we can move your body and hands. And now I can speak because of this mind-born materiality. So I'm speaking because when I speak, the mind. So I have all this memory in my mind. So now I'm talking from that memory. And then the mind produces mind-born materiality, you see, that vibrates the vocal cord. And the vocal cord produces the sound. So you hear so if you don't have this mind-born materiality, you cannot move your body, you cannot move your hand, you cannot speak, you cannot eat, you will die immediately also. So if you know that, consciousness is also, it is the form of the nutriment that sustains our life, our existence.
咁最後個食咧就係叫識食嘅。識食咧就係話我哋嘅意識啦。我哋意識即係有我哋第一張表咧，記得咧有89個意識啦，或者係121個唔同嘅組合啦。咁所有呢個意識咧，亦都係大家知道啦，我哋嘅心識或者意識咧，都係不停咁樣生滅嘅。咁如果冇可能會斷啦，因為頭先有咁多種食營養，佢繼續生，我又再又食啦。咁因為我哋有呢個意識咧，咁咧我哋意識就會製造呢個生識嘅。咁但係每一個意識嘅生嘅嗰個剎那咧，就會產生生識。而呢個生識嘅作用咧，就係話呢個係物質嘅嘢啦。咁呢個識法咧係令到我哋可以動作啦，身體可以喐動啦，或者可以講嘢嘅。因為我哋嘅心咧，當我哋有啲思想想指令我哋嘅身體去喐動嘅時候，或者講嘢表達嘅時候咧，咁就會製造呢啲生識去完成呢啲嘢嘅。咁所以咧，如果我哋嘅心識停咗咧，咁我哋係冇可能再繼續有呢個咁樣嘅行為啦。咁所以咧，亦都係我哋嘅意識咧，亦都係製造我哋嘅識法咧、物質嘅嘢咧嘅一個即係重要條件啦，或者係決定條件啦。
So we go to the next topic on page 276. So you can show the text. So we have the third compendium of enlightenment factors. So the first compendium is combination of immoral categories. So the second compendium that we just finished, so it combines both moral entities and immoral entities. Now this number 3, it is compendium of enlightenment factors. So we give you some Pali word here, body. Body means enlightenment. Enlightenment or Megha means wisdom. So that is in your meditation, if you can develop this wisdom, we say you become enlightened. The Four Noble Truths, then you become a noble person. You become a noble person. So body pakkhiya means components or factors of this enlightenment. So there are 37 factors. So if you can develop these 37 factors fully, you will attain enlightenment. You will attain enlightenment. So if you understand the teaching of the Buddha, you will know that to become enlightened in this life is the most important thing. So to become enlightened, these 37 factors, they contain these categories. The first one is this one. 4 satipathanas. So this sati means mindfulness, and pathanas, they mean the foundation. So we call them 4 foundations of mindfulness. So by these 4 foundations of mindfulness actually contain both tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation. So when the Buddha described the Eightfold Noble Path, the path to go to Nibbana, so that path consists of 3 training, 3 types of training. Training of morality, that we call sila, training of concentration, and training of wisdom. So for training of concentration, we have to do tranquility meditation. So this also can be the first, is satipatthana. It contains the tranquility meditation. And the remaining 3 foundations, they describe about vipassana. So by this, we can purify our mind totally. So you just please go on the third paragraph. So when the Buddha he described these 4 foundations of the mindfulness in the great Mahasatipatthana Sutta, it is the greatest discourse about meditation. So both in the beginning and at the conclusion of this sutta, he mentioned these words. So these words are very important. The only way that leads to the attainment of purity, purity of your mind and body, purity of your mind and body, to the overcoming of sorrow and lamentation. So, since where we are born, we have been weeping, we have been lamenting. So, to bring, so to the overcoming, to overcome all your sorrow, sadness, despair, etc., and to put an end to all the pain and the grief in you, and also to enter the right path that leads to Nibbana, and to realize Nibbana, and to become a noble person is the way comprising these 4 foundations of mindfulness. So these 4 foundations of mindfulness are regarded the same as the Eightfold Noble Path.
呢個37個題分啦，或者37道品啦，大家都聽過啦。咁咧，我哋就逐個講啦。第一個咧，亦即係包括4個嘅，就係4念住啦。咁4咧就係 4啦，Satipatthana 就係念住啦。咁呢個沙田嘅意思咧，就係念啦，或者觀啦，覺知啦，覺察啦。咁呢樣 Patthana 嘅意思咧，就係話咧建立起一牢固咁樣，係建立好呢個覺察啦，或者係念啦。咁佢有4個啦，咁呢個有4個範疇啦，建立呢個4念住啦。咁呢本書遲啲都會講嘅。咁咧教授講咧，其實佛法咧，即係呢個4念住入邊咧，可以講咧，就係用呢個戒定慧啦，可以分成4樣嘢咧，戒定慧嘅。咁戒咧即係之前有講過啦，呢個定咧就係我哋修持咧，通過修持建立啦。咁呢個觀咧就係修慧嘅。咁教授講咧，就喺呢個4念住入邊咧，第一個念住咧就係幫我哋培養呢個止啦，建立呢個止啦。而後面嗰3個念住咧就係修觀嘅。咁喺大念住經同埋4念住經啦，呢個係中阿含嘅長阿含入邊咧，同樣咧喺呢個經入邊咧，佛陀咧都有講嘅。咁佢咧就講咧，佢話呢個4念住方法咧係
foundation is Kaya Nupassana Satipatthana. So Kaya stands for body, as well as the material everyday. We go from corporeal group here. It is material everyday. So the Anupassana means repeated reflection or contemplation of the body and mindfulness of the material, the everyday or group. So actually in this the foundation, it includes quality meditation. Meditation on the in-breath and out-breath, that you can develop the full Rupa Vajra Jhana, mental absorption. And also it includes investigating 32 parts of the body, and then reflecting on the disgusting nature of these 32 parts. And also you can develop jhana by this meditation. Then when you go to Vipassana, you have to discern all the ultimate reality, materiality that arise and dissolve, that make up your body, and you have to see them arising, dissolving very rapidly, and then you reflect on the anicca. Anicca is impermanence, impermanent. Dukkha, dukkha means suffering, suffering. And then anicca, anatta, anatta is non-self, no self, no self, no person. And also asubha, disgusting, disgusting. So reflecting in this way is called Kaya Vipassana.
咁咧喺第一個念住咧就係 Kaya Vipassana 啦 ，Satipatthana 就係心念住啦。咁心念住咧亦都可以講佢所入邊佛學教嘅咧，就係咧去重複咁樣去觀照我哋嘅色法嘅，即係我哋嘅身體啦。咁我哋咧係喺嗰個經入邊咧就佛學咧有講咧，譬如出嚟色啦，或者32身份啦，即係觀身體32部分啦。咁通過呢啲收集咧，可以培育呢個定啦。咁跟住咧，我哋就運用呢個觀啦，或者內觀啦，去再去觀察佢嘅實相啦。例如咧，佢嘅生滅啦，睇到佢嘅無常啦，睇到佢嘅不如意啦，同埋睇佢係無我呢啲性質嘅，同埋咧佢係不清淨嘅性質嘅，不可愛嘅性質。
Number 2 is Vedana Nupassana Satipatthana. So Vedana means feelings. So there are 5 types of feelings that associate with all the minds. So you have to discern all these feelings that associate with all the mind that arise in you. And then you can also see them in Vipassana. They are arising, dissolving very rapidly. And again, you have to reflect these 3 characteristics of existence we call anicca, impermanence, dukkha, suffering, and anatta, non-self.
咁咧，第二個念住咧就係叫 Abhidhamma Course 啦，就係受念住啦。咁佢咧就係觀察我哋嘅感受啦，身心嘅感受啦。咁同埋咧，我哋去要分辨咧我哋知道我哋嘅受係同我哋嘅心一齊生起啦。我學第一章表嗰陣時，我哋學過啦。咁我哋要分辨咧係唔同嘅感受同唔同嘅心生起嗰啲現象啦。同埋咧，我哋亦都會觀察到呢個苦無常無我，同埋佢即係不淨嘅呢啲咁樣嘅特性咧，即係喺呢個受當中。
So number 3 is Citta Nupassana. Citta means consciousness. So you have to see all the consciousness that arises in you, and then discerning them to be arising, dissolving continuously. Then again you have to reflect on these 3 characteristics on all consciousness. So Citta Nupassana means the repeated reflection or contemplation of consciousness, as well as mindfulness So in the fourth one, we have to reflect on the remaining two aggregates. We call perception aggregate, sanya khanda, and then aggregate or group of mental formations, sankhara khanda. So sanya is mental factor. We call perception that associate with all consciousness. And then in the mental formation, so we have to discern all the remaining mental factors, except the Vedana feeling, and this sanya perception. So all the remaining mental factors, with Chetana volition as the foremost, we call that the group of mental formation or sankhara khanda. So in the four foundations of mindfulness, we divide our body and mind into 5 aggregates. So the Buddha said each living being, or like a human being, is made up of 5 aggregates. So we have to reflect on these 5 aggregates with respect to impermanence, suffering, and non-self. Then you can be very certain, very convinced that no self, no I, no person really exists. So if you can make it very clear, the understanding, you will become enlightened as local persons.
咁最後咧就係法念住啦，法念住咧就係講我哋咧去觀察咧同埋分辨咧我哋嘅想蘊同埋行蘊入邊嘅內涵啦。咁行蘊入邊咧最重要嘅咧就係我哋作業嗰個 Chetana 啦，思心所嘅。咁我哋即係亦都係話睇呢個心動念啦，每時每刻。教授講咧就係話我哋將我哋嘅呢個個體咧就分成5蘊啦，即係色啦、受啦、想行識嘅。咁咧我哋通過即係四念住咧就係分類咁樣去觀察佢哋啦，咁培養咧認知到其實所有呢啲構造我哋呢個個體嘅呢啲組合咧，其實都係無常無我同埋不如意嘅。
We go to the next topic. Number 2, we go for Samappadana. Samappadana means supreme effort. So when we say the supreme effort, it is not the ordinary effort, but it is unfaltering, concentrated effort. Who vows, let me be reduced to skin and bone, let my blood and flesh dry up, let my life come to an end, but I will not stop till I succeed. So there is supreme effort like that. So if you possess such supreme effort, then you will succeed in your meditation and you become an arahat very, very soon.
咁咧，我哋跟住278頁咧，我哋講另外一個題目咧，37道品入面咧，第二 part 咧就係四正行啦，係有中文寫咗。咁咧呢個精進咧行咧就係嗰個係即係最殊勝嘅精進力啦。呢個精進力咧就唔係一般嘅精進力。咁咧教授咧引佛陀所講咧，呢個精進力咧就係。就算我剩翻骨同埋皮咧，就算我嘅肌肉同埋血乾晒咧，我死咗咧，我都唔會放棄，我要去解脫或者覺醒嘅呢個目標嘅。有咁樣嘅決心同埋毅力咧，同埋咁樣嘅精進力咧，咁教授講咧，咁先至可以講呢個叫可以覺悟嘅，帶領我哋即係呢個去到呢個37道品可以。覺醒嘅咁樣嘅精進。
What are those 4 supreme efforts? So we say the 4 supreme efforts are: 1, the effort to discard evils that have arisen in your body and mind. So what are these evils that arise in your mind especially? So they are the defilements, or the immoral come to the second point. We exert the effort to prevent the arising of unarisen evil. So those unarisen evils are these greed, anger, ignorance, pride, the non-belief, personality, jealousy, all these the evil, the evil mental factors. You must exert the effort not to let them allow in your mind. If you don't make the effort, just like you are living every day nowadays, you are living only with this. They arise in you. You are just living under the influence of them. You don't know that. You want to eat more food. You want to listen to that. You want to see that. You want to get that. You don't know. You think you are wanting this yourself. Actually, it is your greed that is pushing you. You don't know. And when you don't get it, you become disappointed. You become angry. And you don't know that it is anger that is torturing you. So when we say to prevent all unarisen evil, so you have to keep pure morality. You have to exert the effort to keep pure morality. So when we just observe 5 moral precepts, so that means we have to abstain from 10 evil actions. So these 10 evil actions, they can send you to the go for good when you die. So most people, they don't know why they are born. They don't know why they are being alive. They don't know. And they don't know what will happen after death. They are just happy with the ignorance and enjoying sense pleasure. So they are happy. And they don't know when they die they are going back to the woeful state. Probably they come to the woeful state. Now they will go back again. And they will live there for a long, long time. So they don't know that. So actually, the teaching of the Buddha is the real guidance for us. To do what is good, to avoid all those evils, and to make the effort not to allow these evil deeds, evil actions, and immoral mental factors to arise in your mind.
咁呢個四正門咧包括乜嘢咧？第一個咧就係話咧，呢個精進力咧就係要咧令已生嘅不善法咧，令已生嘅不善法咧去即係令佢不生啦，即係令佢消失啦。咁或者去離棄或者拋棄嗰啲已生嘅不善法啦。咁呢啲不善法係乜嘢咧？就係我哋心入邊嘅貪嗔痴心啦，而有貪嗔痴導致我哋嘅犯戒嘅行為啦。咁譬如我哋殺生啦，或者偷盜啊、妄語啊、惡口啊、離間啊等等咁樣嘅。咁所以咧，我哋有咁樣嘅貪咧，就係話譬如我哋嘅欲貪啦，追求感官嘅慾望啦。咁譬如而家好似冇冷氣講到越緊啦，已經又貪又嗔啦，即係呢個例子啦。咁跟住咧，咁只有精進力就係令佢唔好再生啦。咁教授亦都講咧，譬如我哋嘅心入邊嘅怨恨啦、妒忌啦，或者我哋嘅緊張啊等等，呢都係同親有關嘅啦，同埋呢個無明或者愚痴啦。咁所以咧，我哋要令呢啲已生嘅咧，令佢咧係不生啦。第二咧就係防止佢哋咧係再生嘅，令未生嘅不善法咧唔好生嘅。咁個教授咧就講嘅個方法咧就係我哋要持戒啦。咁我哋要即係要有個決意去持戒啦。因為咧，如果我哋係做咗惡法咧，我哋就會嗰個惡報咧就會產生咧，亦都會譬如傷害到其他人，唔單止咧自己亦都會可能去求生係惡道嘅。咁所以咧，我哋持戒咧就係避免啲做出一啲行為或者語言上面嘅不善法嘅。
So number 3, the effort to bring about the arising of unarisen world. So greed, you should have greedlessness. No attachment, no greed. So try to perform the almsgiving. And number two, instead of getting angry and getting disappointed obviously, so just maintain pure morality, and then we did loving kindness. Loving kindness. Loving kindness is opposite of anger and hatred. It can conquer anger, not to arise in the mind. So at the end, we should undertake meditation. So meditation is actually the best way of living. So it is the art of living happily and most beneficial. Most beneficial. Because you can live by yourself, alone, very joyfully, without being disturbed by anyone, and just reflecting on the meditation subject. So you can just accumulate billions and billions of good karmas every second. So by doing that is the best way of living actually. And there is one meritorious state, one kind of meritorious state that have never arisen in you throughout the long samsara. Samsara is the round of rebirth. So the Buddha said, you have lived already many more cycles already. You have been born uncountable existence already. But there is one kind of meritorious state that you have never developed. And that is supramante meritorious state. That is the one wisdom. The one wisdom. So you attain the one wisdom and you become a noble person. Only then you are totally guaranteed never to be reborn in a homo state. You can just live happily if you want to. The uncountable years you can live on very blissfully, the human realm, blissful realm, the celestial realm, and the Brahma realm, and only then you can go to Nirvana. So we should exert effort.
咁教授咧就講啦，嗱，我哋第三咧，四正強嘅第三咧，就係將咧未生嘅善法咧令佢生啦，係未生嘅善法咧就係我哋內心啦、行為啦、身口意三樣嘢咧都令佢生啦。咁教授咧就問大家乜嘢係善法咧？咁我哋知㗎啦，就係持戒啦、布施啦同埋呢個禪修啦，就最簡單最記得。最簡單呢三樣咧，雖然我哋都有啲十善法啦，即大家都可能好熟悉嘅。咁咧，因為呢個同埋咧，教授亦都講啦，我哋之前學過嘅25種理心所咧，咁咧亦都係即係嗰個數目咧係多過啲不善心所啦。咁呢都係我哋培育嘅對象啦，令佢未生嘅咧就生啦，令佢生咗少少嘅令佢多啦。咁咧，教授講咧，佢話：如果我哋學識點樣去培育呢個心咧，係帶俾我哋，即係我哋嘅生活嘅藝術嚟嘅，係令到我哋可以生活得好好嘅。因為我哋不停咁咧係令到自己開心啦，亦都會有好嘅果報嘅。咁所以咧呢個即係呢個我哋識得點樣培養呢個心咧，係即係好幸運啦。咁其實咧最好啊、最幸運咧、最殊勝嘅美心係乜嘢咧？就係當我哋有咗呢個道字同埋果字咧，有咗出世間嘅智慧咧，呢個可以講咧係最殊勝嘅啦。因為直至到我哋有咗呢個道字同埋果字出世間嘅智慧咧，個心咧，我哋先至可以確保咧，再唔會輪迴喺我度嘅。
The fourth one is the effort to further arise and good. So now you have already attained some knowledge of Abhidhamma. So you should exert the effort to further this good knowledge. So by reading Abhidhamma, the book again and again, and I also have recording all my teaching of this Abhidhamma. So I thought Jessica, you are also producing the CD of my teaching here.
Yes.
So if you and then you go to Vipassana. Just keep on trying to develop it until you attain enlightenment. So you should not stop. You should not stop. So during the Buddha's time, just to tell you a story. So there are two brothers. They were both rich, and the younger brother was married. The elder brother didn't marry. Now, after he listened to the teaching of the Buddha, he developed faith and confidence in the teaching of the Buddha, and he became a monk. He became a monk. So before he became a monk, he gave all his wealth, not to his brother. Now, let me take my brother. I will be a monk for the whole of my life. So I will go for meditation. After he became a monk, he went to the forest to meditate. During the Buddha's time, many monks they meditated in the forest because the Buddha recommended to meditate in the forest. So if you meditate just in town, close to your house, so your family members will come in contact with you, your friends will come in contact with you, and then your mind is always occupied with this family affair, business affair. You cannot develop. So it's better to go away, far away from your home, not to a meditation center which is far away. Better come with your mind and meditate there. So that you cannot communicate anymore. So he went to meditate in the forest. Now, the wife of his brother, now